And the inmate who beat up former Subway spokesman Jared Fogle in prison says he doesn't regret it. And the eyes of the country are on Georgia today as voters in the 6th congressional district head to the polls. He says he has been so afraid and neighbors have been so afraid that they have been arming themselves. Police say one of the robbers pointed his gun, yelled out, "Give me everything." The driver was terrified, held up his hands, said, "Take it all." That's why police urgently want this guy's face out there, and that's why they released this sketch and also released surveillance of the man. What alarms police is how bold this guy is. But she did say she believes, quote, God was watching over her because look at this. This tree could have killed her. It fell directly on top of her car. She said she was trapped. And that's when officers discovered they were wanted for other robberies, including this one that was caught on surveillance. Christy Hutchings with News Radio 1067 joins us now. Christy, last night they made a mistake that landed one of them behind bars. Well, Joanne, we know that it's freezing for this time of year. This is not normal.
No.
But what should be normal for this time of year? Well, and it's absolutely amazing. Watching these guys in action, canine officers play a critical role in tense situations. And often most new moms are low on essential vitamins and minerals, which can cause fatigue and mood swings. And then there's that pressure to get back to that pre-baby body. Frankly, standing here right now in the middle of Piedmont Road, it's eerie because there's no cars and it is so quiet compared to a couple hours ago when it was absolute chaos. Police were telling people to move back. There was smoke, there was flames, there were fire trucks coming through here. I'm going to step aside so you can see what's shut down right now. This is Piedmont at Lakeshore. They're blocking the bridge, collapsed up ahead. You can't see the bridge from here. Now, myself and other people heard earlier tonight what sounded like a rumbling. We thought maybe it's part of the fire, maybe a transformer, but then we all found out it was the bridge collapsing.
A loud boom, 2 of them.
You can hear it like in sections, like boom, boom.
Rumblings. People hear it and think it's the fire. Then people realize it's I-85 falling.
A loud boom. I thought it was a car fire.
That was the sound. The bridge collapsed.
Back up. You do the count, please.
Police yell for passerby to stand back and tell the crowds taking pictures the smoke is toxic. Fire trucks from everywhere drive in to tackle the blaze. The smoke over Buckhead, overwhelming and pitch black.
Our neighborhood. So it's, now imagine what that traffic nightmare is going to look like.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But they did tell me that everyone, fortunately, got out safely, and they say that one of the people who helped make that happen was a 13-year-old boy.
I dropped my stuff and I ran down because I thought I was about to lose my family.
Sean Bro is being called a hero. The 13-year-old ran into this burning apartment to save his family. His aunt and his baby cousin were still inside.
The whole top of the roof was on fire.
This is how the Chatsworth apartments looked from Skyfox 5. And this is video from DeKalb Fire on the ground. Sean says he walked home from school and saw this. I can't imagine how scared you were.
I wasn't really thinking about it. I just wanted everybody to get out.
We heard a banging on the door. We didn't know what it was. And it was my little nephew. He came, he was like, get out, the apartment on fire.
Aunt Tanisha Bro says she and her daughter ran out and got out safely with everyone else in the building. DeKalb firefighters say the building is completely destroyed and 9 families lost their homes.
So I thank God for him because he's the real hero to me.
Firefighters say this young man saved his own family.
It's like a bittersweet thing. I feel real happy that everybody's out and safe. But now I can't go back in my house, so I can't do nothing.
Dangerous. It's too dangerous out here.
Neighbors say almost every night over the past few days, there's a shootout where bullets hit something, cars or apartments. We learned through an Atlanta police report that a bullet flew through one kid's room. We came to speak with a family.
The baby room was shot. Mama came out. She was in a panic, and she packed up and left.
You don't blame her?
No, I don't.
Neighbors point out shell casings on the ground and plenty of cars with bullet holes.
They say at night, people come by and start shooting.
And it just erupted. And so we running for cover, running to the kitchen trying to hide.
Lakia Thomas came out and found me and showed me new bullet holes through her living room.
And this is where it scraped the wall up.
And by the pillows on her bed. What's sad is I met Lakia before, almost exactly 1 year ago. Now, we told you how bullets flew by her kids' beds as they slept. Now, twice in a week, she and her kids have had to duck for cover.
I'm finna send my kids away because they don't feel safe out here. I don't feel safe out here.
Two babies hugging each other, and it's like the cutest thing.
Love at first sight.
I didn't see no, conjoined. I wasn't thinking nothing about that. I just seen two little babies.
Mother Brittany Crafton fell in love with her twin boys, seeing their very first sonogram images. This particular photo at 15 weeks. Doctors warned her they would be born conjoined.
They shared a heart, and they was conjoined at the chest.
So when you heard that word conjoined twins or Siamese twins, what was the first thing that came in your head?
A cat. But I felt like I was in a movie.
Brittany says doctors gave her the option to terminate the pregnancy, but she was determined to keep the twin boys.
How could you do something to two little babies just looking like they're hugging each other? This is baby A, and this is baby B.
And despite all medical odds, doctors at the Georgia Regents Medical Center say Brittany has had no pregnancy complications. The two boys, Chance and Chandler, also share a liver, suffer clubfoot, and have a dislocated hip. If they were to ever be separated, they need someone to donate a heart.
Will you separate your babies eventually?
If time comes for that, I'm just wanting them to get here, and every moment that I have, I can spend with them. Well, we can spend with them, so.
Brittany says she wants to focus on meeting her babies and giving them the most normal life possible.
We just pray as normal as possible. At the end of the day, we're all different.
And they brought us as close as we can possibly get to what is left of the plane. I'm going to step aside. This is actually really powerful, and just seeing it up close makes the tragedy that much more real and that much more heartbreaking. You see what was a Cessna Citation 1. This was a 43-foot long jet, and look at it right now. You can barely see the engine is mangled. It's in pieces. There's what's left of a wing. There was a pilot in here. There was one pilot. Their body has been taken away now and is now in the in the Cobb County Medical Examiner's office. But just seeing it right now, you just see pieces of the plane's wreckage. You see what looks like some belongings, some papers that are strewn about. We don't know at this point who this pilot was. They were coming in from Wilmington, Delaware, over to the Charlie Brown Fulton County Airport. Now, I am told from officials just a few minutes ago that this is a local pilot, and they are trying to notify his family right now as we speak of his death and of this horrific crash. Again, in this situation, you can see a little bit up the hill right here. There is one home that was very damaged by this plane just trying to land and apparently crashing in front of the home. And there was another home around here that was also damaged by the heat. You can see right now just fire crews trying to take a look at the damage and what's left of the plane. I'm told that they're going to keep everything here in a holding pattern. They're not going to clean it up because it's only until tomorrow morning that federal investigators from the NTSB are going to come out here and going to find out what went wrong here today. I am told that earlier this evening there was some sort of distress call made. I don't know if it was a Mayday call, but I am told from fire officials that there was a distress call from the pilot, and then there was a report of a crash, and then the 911 calls came in of a plume of smoke. Again, what you are looking at right now is the heartbreaking scene of what was a Cessna Citation 1. This right here, it's in pieces. You can't even tell that it was a 43-foot long jet, but it's now strewn in pieces across someone's yard. on Vistawood Lane. We can't stay here too much longer. Police have been very generous to let us here very quickly, Tom. But do you have any questions for me before I wrap this up?